Hey guys, as we move on into a new habit for the month of February, we will also be celebrating Black History Month. We will be highlighting important African Americans in American history who demonstrated one of our 7 habits. I've asked some students to research these influential leaders so that they can share those stories over the next few videos. Today, though, we will discuss the importance of Black History Month itself. It all began when Harvard-trained historian Carter G. Woodson and the prominent minister Jesse E. Moreland founded an organization dedicated to researching and promoting achievements by Black Americans and other people of African descent. Known today as the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, the group sponsored a National Black History Week in 1926, choosing the second week of February to coincide with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. The event inspired schools and communities nationwide to organize local celebrations. President Gerald Ford officially recognized Black History Month in 1976, calling upon the public to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. It's very important to remember that many great African American leaders fought for the basic freedoms granted to the white population. Less than 65 years ago, Hopkins County schools were still segregated. This may seem like a long time ago to you, but segregation would have impacted many of your grandparents or great-grandparents. The first integrated school in Hopkins County did not take place until 1957, when Black student James Van Leer arrived in the previously all-white Waddell Avenue School. This was quite the courageous act for the young man and his family. Without remembering our dark past, we cannot be thankful for how far we've come, nor can we be hopeful for a brighter tomorrow.
Then I just tried this new ointment and it went
Hey
right
guys,
away.
so last week the answer was 13 and nobody got it correct. I hope you do better this week.
Hey, you know what that reminds me of?
What?
Good morning, boys, girls, cats, and squirrels, and welcome back to another rousing edition of the Habit Gurus Cruise. I am your host, not Mr. Griffin, joined today by,
Not Miss Evans.
and we have some exciting news for you. Not Miss Evans, would you like to take it away?
Sure, third trimester instructional model change window. We are having our Google survey that has been sent out for you to change your instructional model for the third trimester. So if you are currently remote and you want to be in person, then you need to make sure that you have that completed by February 12th. Or if you're in person and you want to go remote for third trimester, you need to have that fixed as well. Families choosing RLP for the third trimester will be locked into this choice until the end of the school year.
Night school, credit recovery. Are we okay? Are we good? I think we're good. Okay, night school credit recovery is a thing that's happening right now. Wednesday credit recovery will continue on February 3rd from 3 to 6 o'clock p.m. For delays and cancellations, check the Browning Springs Middle School Facebook page. Information will also be sent to our school's Remind account. A credit recovery remind is also now available. To join, text 81010 with the code at E82ECB. If you have any questions, please contact Miss Nevitt by email at charlene.nevitt@hopkins.kyschools.us or by calling the school at 270-867-5309.
I got it! I got the number on the wall!
I don't think that's right. Anyway, back to you.
Super Espialidocious. There was literally no point in this topic. We just know that our anchors will read anything that we write.
That is correct. Saturday school credit recovery begins February 6th from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock noon. No transportation is available for Saturday school, and a limited number of spots are still available. Let it be known that says sports and not spots. Please email Charlene Nevitt
That goes there.
to sign up.
That goes there. Leave it.
Albany, will you come over here and give me that coffee cup? Archery, good luck this week at the Henderson Classic. Thank you.
Breaker 19. Yeah, you got a copy on me? Come on. Yeah, we're gonna be running right on down the lane over there. We gotta overtake him out here on the passenger lane.
Weather.
Next week's weather. It's gonna rain.
It's rain.
Habit 4.
I need this.
Win-win. Human relationships are often dominated by comparisons and competitions from the early years of our lives.
Hold this.
We think about succeeding in terms of pizza. No, in terms of someone else losing. If I win, you lose. If I win, I lose. Imagine a gigantic pizza. It's easy to fight over the biggest portion, but what if we both were able to get the same size? Talk about satisfying. Let's be cooperative with one another instead of competitive. Here's another example with Mr. Griffin.
All right, Blaze, I'm coming to you with a deal or no deal. Deal is, I have 20 bear bucks in my hand. And as you know, 20 bear bucks, you can go down there to the Redemption Center there, and Miss Gimlin has all kinds of great things for you to redeem 20 bear bucks for. Okay? But you know there's gotta be somewhat of a catch, all right? Because there's always some kind of catch when you get a good deal, right? So you can either A, take all of your 20 bear bucks, or you can share them with Preston.
You can share with as many or as little as you would like.
Yeah. So you can say, I want them all, or you can say, I want to give Preston so many. What is your deal? Okay, so he wants to give Preston some, ladies and gentlemen. So how many would you like Preston to have? 10. So now, Preston, this is where you come into play. He wants to give you 10 of these. Do you feel like that's fair? So you're good with that deal?
Yep.
Okay, so here's 10 for Blaze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then Preston, you get 10. So half and half. Now, I'm not done with my question. Blaze, why did you choose to give Preston 10 when you could have had them all?
Because I don't want to be greedy.
I like that answer. And just for you folks at home, I am not Mr. Griffin.
Thanks, Mr. Griffin and kiddos. Your assignment this week in leadership is to complete a form about what win-win means to you. It's also asking you to help cheer up someone that's having a rough day. We all have tough days and a friend who knows what to say to fix it. Give us an example for one of our bulletin boards.
Awesome job. ESS. Group A students can attend on Tuesdays from 3 to 4. Group B students can attend on Thursdays from 3 to 4. Transportation for ESS is not provided. Please contact Ms. Nevitt at charlene.nevitt@hopkins.kyschools.us to reserve your spot.
Charlene. Is that the word?
Close. Nerd Alert! We are excited to announce a new segment called Nerd Alert, where your teachers and staff members will nerd out about a topic that interests them. Check out today's example from Mr. Cowan.
I love role-playing games. I've been playing them since forever. Even since back in the day when I started playing Super Mario Brothers, I was like, okay, now I'm an Italian plumber trying to save this princess, and it was just something I was so excited to do. And your little man's bouncing around all the way over there as well. And then you get into like actual like role-playing games like Final Fantasy and stuff, and you're playing as different characters, and they're all using like oversized weapons, and it was amazing that way. And you're always trying to save the world from some sort of like conquering evil that's going to destroy everything, and there's a big meteor that's going to crash into the planet, and it's like pew pew pew, and there's just all those things going on. And then you get into the better Fallout, the games like Fallout, where you get a chance to like be in a post-apocalyptic world, and it's so cool because you're like recreating scenes from the Road Warrior and stuff and Mad Max, and you're trying to survive a nuclear holocaust, and you have a dog named Dogmeat, and he's trying to like help you save the world, and it's just really cool. And you get a chance to like be a good guy or a bad guy or a little bit of in-between guy, and it's just kind of whatever there. And then it always gives you the famous line or two, war never changes. And there's just something magical about that line at the beginning of every Fallout game. And then you move on to other stuff like Knights of the Old Republic, which was a Star Wars video game that came out. And then you played as a character who was a Jedi, but you couldn't remember where you came from and stuff. And I found out later that you were like totally the bad guy all along, who they mind wiped to be a good guy. And then you had the choice of being a bad guy again or being a good guy again. And you just don't get a chance to do that. So it was really fun to play that. And then you go on to the other stuff where you're just talking about like total customer character creation now in all these video games. And it's like completely insane. You can pick like what style you play as and what weapons you pick and things like that. And it's so much fun to think about. And you think about all these other games. Where's going to do the next? Are we going to be doing virtual reality role-playing games? What are we going to extend to? I don't know, but it's going to be absolutely insane to think about. I don't even want to know what the next level of role-playing games is going to be like. It's just so much fun to think about.
Cool.
Awesome job. Yes, well, that was neat. Rapid COVID testing for students is available for all students enrolled in Hopkins County schools. These tests are administered by the school nurse. A student must have a general clinic consent as well as a separate COVID consent on file. Remote learning students can be tested and will be tested from their cars.
Miss Shaw's class. Attention 6th grade authors of the Springs. You are invited to kick off Black History Month by writing poetry in Maya Angelou style. Students are encouraged to wear a hat or a head tie. Hold it. Of their choice all week as we begin drafting our spoken word poetry. Who knows, you may be the next brilliant poet of your generation, or at least gain a little inspiration from one of the greatest authors of all time.
Mr. Shaw's class, Mr. Griffin said hi.
Stand up! Jump jack! Go! How many are you gonna do?
Do you?
All of them!
I was a little distracted. Pneumano ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis is the longest word in the English dictionary. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious ain't got nothing on the mono ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis.
Hey, that's online. Yearbook and picture names. Mr. Goffin is working very hard to provide a yearbook for your students for the school year. We'll have more details at a later date, but first, a drink of coffee. And
There's water in here.
we wanted to let you know that we're still planning to have pictures made. Life Touch will be at BSMS on 315 for Group A. Spring promotion photos. Remote learners will have the opportunity to come to the school between 3 and 5 for their photos. Life Touch will return to the school on 319 for Group B photos. We will provide order forms and more details closer to the date. After several delays and reprint, the 2019-2020 yearbooks are available for pickup in the front office. This caffeine's like really getting to me. I can't hardly read. All in-person students have received theirs. If you're an RLP student or a freshman that was yearbook last year, you'll be able to pick it up in the front office.
Absolutely. Giving Back Week is coming up. Check out our Family Resource and Youth Service Center. Sponsored Giving Back Week during the month of February.
Put that down. Put that down. Hold this. Hold that.
Giving Back Week.
Check out our Frisky-sponsored Giving Back Week during the month of February. That stands for Family Resource and Youth Services Center.
Have you ever mixed raisins into your macaroni and cheese?
Hey, no, I haven't. Why would I do that?
It's delicious and makes for a interesting conversation at the lunch table.
But you're on the wrong tube.
Here's some coffee.
I don't want that.
Yes, I am.
How'd he get away?
Have you ever mixed raisins into? Wait, no.
I already read that.
Where are we?
It says end it how you want.
Don't you know my character? I'm committed to finishing it the right way. That's the only reason I'm still in these.
Sorry, Tristan Ellis. We didn't have time for you this week.
And remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
Scoobity doobity doo.
Oh my